Oh my God, Bethenny Frankel.
I'm so mad. Do you understand that I did your intervention and my ex-boyfriend or ex-fiance died of an overdose and you haven't checked in on me? Do you understand this? I did your intervention while my guy died of a drug overdose. And you haven't asked how I am. Hi, he died.
Of course I
He's in the
checked
ground.
in with you.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You haven't one time. I'm going through a lot and come to my thing and cabaret, Cuban cabaret upstairs.
She comes up Aries rising. She embodies some of the worst traits I've ever seen come out of that sign. Aries is the most capable sign of the zodiac. We all know it's the original do-it-yourselfer. They are captains of industry. They have the unerring ability to look over a project landscape and say, this has to be changed, that's not right, this has to be removed. And they're often 100% right. They tick off every deficiency with rapid-fire precision in a nonchalant, off-handed way. They are something to behold. That's why they are the best to have at the helm. Their rightful position is project leader. But even they have their shortcomings. They can be unlikable. Aries is the anti-Libra, and that's their weakness. Libra is the most popular sign of the zodiac, with their social graces, their courtly mannerisms, their polite etiquette, their smiling faces, their pleasant demeanor. They are the toast of talk shows. Look how the women of The View respond to Libra rising Anne Heche.
Almost 5 years now.
That you have no desire to get married.
It's a bit of time.
No marriage.
Well, I don't know if I've coined the phrase, but eternally engaged is good for me. I mean, he's given me a ring every year.
Let's see.
Two of them are Homer and he gave me together. I'm wearing two of them today. I've realized that it is on the wrong finger, but you know, who cares when they're diamonds?
So engaged forever?
Well, I said if I get to 60, you can roll me down the aisle.
Look at that. Every one of them has a smile on her face. Feminine, attractive, easygoing, gracious. Libra rising wins you over. Contrast that with Bethenny Frankel.
I hear a story
There's a whole
too.
story that you've made up. Okay, I know.
Raw Aries can be very unlikable because they can be self-centered, self-absorbed, arrogant, bossy, crowing about their achievements, giving themselves far more credit than they deserve, intimidating, and spewing out pure aggression when they unleash themselves.
No, I just wanted to, it was such a big moment in my life. I wanted to kind of I wanted to know what you were feeling because I felt like you didn't like me, to be honest with you.
Well, you weren't so likable then.
Oh, that's what I want to hear.
No, you weren't. You were a pest. You were a pest. She was. She was a pest, and you were, I mean, so out there in front of everybody, you know. And now you can be that. You're the host.
The show, who's another brand builder, Martha Stewart. You were on her Apprentice in 2005.
Yes.
Are you guys friends?
But she doesn't like me.
Okay.
She never really has.
She never liked you.
She's consistent. She's never, yes. I mean, we had a moment where we were going to do something in TV recently together, and it's kind of, she's always been like a parent that I always tried to get them to like
get
love
the
me.
affection from,
but
sure.
I gave up on that a couple years ago, and I had my own show. And yeah, she just never misses the opportunity to say something negative about me or my products. And so
They can give themselves too much credit. Bethenny fancies herself an author. When celebrities write books, it's called cashing in on your celebrity. People will buy your books because they know your name. Publishing houses are chasing celebrities down the street, saying, please write a book because we'll publish it. They know that anything these people defecate is going to wind up on the New York Times bestsellers list. Celebrities write diet books, exercise books, motivational speaking books, inspirational books, children's books, subjects that have either been done ad nauseum and can be ghost-written by genuine experts in the field, or just mindless musings, meanderings, and insipid brain-dead drivel. Stephen King had a sheaf of rejection letters in which he took a knife and stabbed them into the wall. It's a reminder of what he had to go through to get published. In one video, Bethenny talked of writing one of her books in an afternoon while waiting in her car. I wonder what would happen if you took her books and sent them to a publishing house with an unknown name. Do you think any of them would stand on their own merit? They don't give others credit. Now, who remembers this scene from Saturday Night Fever?
I got a raise today. How you like that?
Yeah. Why don't you say so during dinner? We could have used the conversation. Put them down. Come here. How much you get?
It's gonna be $4. It was $2.50, right? But he raised the raise when he found out I wasn't so disappointed.
$4.
Yeah.
Shit. You know, $4 buys today. Don't even buy $3.
I don't see nobody giving you a raise down on unemployment.
$4.
I knew you'd piss on it. Go on, just piss on it.
Piss on it. Remember that when you watch this next segment.
Hey! I'm so excited you're here! Shut up. Bethenny came over my apartment because she was dying to see, you know, the finished results of the new Casa de Zarin.
Hold on. Oh my God. Well, there's a lot going on. I need to process.
A lot going on.
So when I walked in, I definitely was a little taken back and amused because Brad marked his territory all over that apartment.
What do you think of these pop tables, POP, Brad picked?
Not in love. I think one simple table might be okay.
Well, the way he had it originally?
I mean, don't ask me if you don't want my honest opinion, you know what I mean?
It's okay.
Jill's apartment is Liberace Versace, like La Cucarachi. It's like Ivana Trump, like it's got dangling things everywhere. Look, I'm the simplest person in the entire world. I mean, have we met? So it's like,
I know.
I'm processing.
But how's the color of the room?
It's blue.
I know, but it feels good. It feels good to me.
If I were in Jill's apartment for a weekend by myself, I would feel like I'd taken a hit of acid. I mean, it's a lot, but it's Jill. It's very.
No, but just think of how we're gonna really enjoy this room.
I'd be happy in a padded cell.
That is the most tastefully decorated apartment I have ever seen. But notice Bethenny's reaction. She bristles. It's a combination of Liberace and Versace. If I were in Jill's apartment for a weekend, I would feel like I took a hit of acid. I'd be happier in a padded cell. What's with the nasty critique? It's because she's competitive. It's all about ego. That's Aries. They're the ones who are supposed to think up the solutions and save the day. They're the ones who are supposed to come up with all the ideas. You can see how uncomfortable Bethenny is strolling through the apartment. How is she supposed to react to a woman who has clearly outdone her? Nobody outdoes Aries. He is top dog. So she belittles everything she sees. She just lifts her leg and pisses all over it. She's so competitive. She's got to be the skinniest. She's got to have the most face time. She's got to have the lion's share of everything. Now, I certainly don't want people to believe Bethenny represents all of Aries rising. As I have said, she is the worst case of Aries rising I have ever come across. She gives the sign a black eye. A lot of it has to do with all that Scorpio in the 8th house. 2-year marriage and a 10-year divorce. 2-year marriage, 10-year divorce. 2-year marriage, 10-year divorce. Aries rising can be a lot of fun. People like their energy, their outgoingness, their spontaneity. They can light up the stage. Here's Aries rising Joan Collins.
Much later on the stage of my television theater, she was just starting in Dynasty and always glamorous, always interesting. I love Joan.
Which is very nice to have because I got...
Look at the matching earrings up there, too.
Yes, matching earrings,
Yeah.
little Art Deco style.
Now, is that, what is that, black onyx?
No, it's just a black glass, I'm sorry to say.
Don't be sorry to say, because over here we say black glass.
You did black glass, that's what it is, black glass.
Ask for black glass. That's all. Did you, and then imitation diamonds? I'm looking at the entire design. For a lot longer than I should be. And then is that silver that goes around the back of your neck?
Yes, silver plate.
But then you get these brutes, loud-mouthed, foul, vulgar, having no social finesse whatsoever. Common street hustlers. She storms in, bulldozing over people, berating them, all for attention at someone else's expense. Her typical cheap, in-your-face, blowhard shtick.
You up with Carol.
Yes, bitch! That's what I said.
Okay.
Okay?
That's not what you said. You're a f***ing liar.
It's between me and Brian.
Okay. Yes.
Moron.
I have
You can kind of tell that Bethenny's an outcast with her friendships because she seems like everyone else genuinely hangs out with one another when they're not filming. They go and get dinner, you know. Bethenny clocks in, she comes, she films her scenes, and then she leaves. She wasn't really actually friends with the other women. And a lot of the other cast members, like Ramona, brought up that like the only real people she has in her life outside of, you know, her immediate family was people she paid, like her assistants, people she worked with. She didn't really have any friends. She was very much a guarded person, and she really didn't have much family either.
They can be out for themselves.
You were good friends with Andy Cohen. He literally made you a star.
He didn't make me a star. He made himself a star on the backs of all of these women.
So the show, Housewives of New York, became an unexpected hit. Bethenny scored big on her low-cal hooch because of the unintended runaway advertising from the show's connection, which is why the network puts that merchandising clause there in the first place.
But it is annoying now that Bethenny chooses to like put down other people on Bravo who start businesses because she's like, well, they have to sign the Bethenny clause. They have to sign the Bethenny clause. Like, they signed the Bethenny clause. They have to give 20% to Bravo. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, so you just expect them to not have a business?
But the network abided by the Bethenny clause and backed off. But now it's the network's turn to score big when the Housewives show is put into syndication. Bethenny cries foul because reality people don't get residuals like real actors. So she comes barreling down like some kind of rogue elephant to champion a cause. To the no talents, the wannabes, the hanger-ons, the street hustlers, and the general flotsam that populate reality shows, this one's for you.
What's not okay, reality television needs a systemic overhaul and a governor and possibly a union.
Unionizing people could get you blackballed in the industry, and you only get residuals if they syndicate the show, which is rare. Here are the rules for syndication. You must have built up 4 seasons worth or between 80 to 100 episodes. Bethenny had her own reality show back in 2021, similar to The Apprentice. It only lasted 7 episodes, so most of these shows wind up in the reality show graveyard anyway. And who's going to support her unionizing efforts? People who are applying for reality shows have no power. People who are currently in them aren't going to jeopardize their lucrative positions. And people who have been in them in the past are too busy begging to get back in.
I mean, anything you think of, we've done it. We're there. So just wanted this to get out there. We're available for all that, you know. Anything people are complaining about, we love it. Bring it on.
This shows why Bethenny, by her own admission, fails so much. She doesn't think things through and winds up spinning her wheels. She throws a lot of energy and effort into worthless, short-lived projects, wasting time and money. Eventually, her reputation will precede her, and her incessant hustling will reach the point of diminishing returns, if that day hasn't already arrived. That's all I got. See you in the next video.